Okay, everybody, welcome to the Talk podcast. This week we have a special edition. It is the mommy episode. I got my own episode, y'all. So I invited all my mommies because I feel like what represents me at this particular moment is being a mother. And it's my biggest representative, I think, for the rest of my life. No matter what I do, I will always be a mother. So I wanted to get some women that I feel are amazing at just being women and being themselves and being professional, and now for you, but veteran mommies over here, and just being moms, and give y'all some tips on motherhood, parenthood, stabilizing the household, all of that. We are going to give you everything. So let everybody introduce yourselves. As y'all know, I am Sunflower SHAKUR, aka Nayo, or best known as Nayo, whatever. And to my left,
my name is Jordynn. I just turned 27. I am a wife, a mommy. I am a brand strategist. I help people create brands and strategize ways to market their business. And I am in the process of creating a mommy platform to talk about mom stuff. So stay tuned for that. Yeah.
Nice. I'm Erin, also known as Mickey Blends. I'm a DJ. We were playing around earlier, I mix beats and I mix food. And I'm a mama. I have a 6-year-old. And yeah.
And I'm Anae. Some of you may know me. I am a mom. I'm, of course, a stoner. Everybody knows that about me. I have a YouTube channel, Stoner Girl Otaku, which is nothing everybody knows about me. Anime fan. That's my life. Anime is life. I'm a mom to a wonderful little 4-year-old who acts just like me. So living life with my little mini me.
Okay. So this week on Talks is going to be a quick episode because we went too far in 21 Caliente. I'm sorry. It's just when you have 3 great women who have 3 different and great lives, you want to get a little deeper into some of that shit. So let's get deeper into that. Talking about mothering, co-parenting. I know we 3 co-parent and you directly are with your father's child. So let's talk about the differences and all of that. I feel like we all kind of co-parent differently, and co-parenting is within the household, outside the household. Yeah. So I know for me personally, I feel like co-parenting is a headache because I know when he is with our daughter by himself, great parent. But when it's us, it's like, oh, she got it. Oh, she got it. And I'm like, I got it. But can we have it?
That doesn't change in marriage.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you talk about it. Wow. And that's something that my husband and I have struggled with. And we're just now getting to a place where when he sees me get up in the middle of the night, he'll be like, oh, I got her. Or if he sees me making her a bottle, hey, I got it. Or is there something else I can help you with while you make that? Because, I mean, even though he goes to work all day and I'm at home, and I'm working part-time from home, and I'm being a full-time mom. Mm-hmm. When he gets home, I'm like, yes, I get some help. But before it was like, he feels like he can relax, and I have to keep momming throughout the whole night, no break.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting. So I can't imagine what co-parenting would be like when you don't have the extra person in the house. But, I mean, I guess I got a glimpse of it when I was trying to get my husband, get them together.
And I'm glad you talked to him, because I was talking to 2 other married moms back in the day, and we were just kind of like talking about our stress with our mates and what's going on, because I live with my boyfriend. And they were like, no, I don't ask. They should know. And I'm like, no, you gotta ask. You have to communicate that, because otherwise you're just sitting there staring at them in the middle of the night, pissed with the baby in your arms.
My friend that's married, like, she'll say that same thing, but it's like, no, he knows because I talked to him and we talked about it. Yep. And once I talk about something, let me tell you what you're gonna do. Yeah, this is 50-50. Like,
but
you're gonna do it.
But it doesn't come natural to them. Like, it comes to us. Like, us, it's naturally like, oh, what do you need, baby? To them, it's like, oh, you got her.
Yeah.
And I even find myself feeling guilty when I allow him to put her to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh my gosh. I had to get
oh,
over
that. Don't worry, it'll go
You'll
away.
get over that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
swear.
know.
I used to not even roll over. Like I used to feel guilty if my back was towards her when
Yeah.
she was sleeping in
Yes.
the bed with me. And then I was like, no, you gotta roll
Girl,
over, man.
I
Like
feel, I feel guilty when the monitor is towards my back. When
Oh
my
my
back's toward the
gosh.
monitor.
No.
So I have a lot of work to do.
I think co-parenting has been the most challenging thing I've ever had to do in my
Yeah.
life.
It's so
Ever.
difficult.
It's the most challenging. I was actually just having this conversation with her father this morning. But we're at a space where it's the best that it's ever been, but it's really hard to, when you're like us with our family, I'm always going to love him. He's always going to love me. We have a child together.
Mhm.
But it's harder. Basically, our conversation this morning was, it's hard. What we're doing is hard because we love each other and we're not together. And we're
Yeah.
trying to raise this child apart, but together at the same
Mhm.
time. But we also understand that if we were doing this together, the way that we love, it would be a lot harder.
Yeah.
So our situation is, I don't know, it's very challenging because when you still have love for them, but you know that a relationship is not for you, it just
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
things so
I-
much harder.
I just think co-parenting. I think parenting as a whole, like even like with married, I just think, well, as speaking for me, co-parenting is complicated. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Co-parenting is complicated. Like I was just saying this on Twitter the other day. It's like I have to take care of 3 people. No
Yeah.
matter what, I take care of 3 people
Yeah.
because
When you said
if
that, I was
somebody
like,
else-
yes.
Yeah, 'cause if
Like,
somebody else-
definitely.
like I'm in the definition of complicated co-parenting. Like I'm gonna go too deep into it. You know a little bit of it. So it's like I have to care for somebody and it's like, oh bro, come on.
Yeah.
But it's to a point like one of the thing my aunt told me is this. She was like, look, because I called her, I was complaining about how I'm doing stuff, like, but I'm doing it by myself. I don't
Mhm.
understand how I have to keep. And she was like, look, that's gonna happen. She's like, that is what it's like to be a mom. She's like, regardless, my aunt was married, now she's divorced. She's like, but regardless, no matter what, you're always gonna be like that. Because at the end of the day, if you tell him to do something and he don't do it when you need to do it, guess
gonna
what?
do it.
You're gonna do it. Because
Yeah.
if you don't do
Right.
it, you're gonna feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
She's like, so first off, like, you can't complain about it because that's what you signed up for. My
Mhm.
family's
Yeah.
very like tough love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. You're not gonna complain to me about it.
Yeah.
And she was just like, don't complain about it. Just do it. That's what you signed up for. You got to get through it. And it's also like communication, which
Yeah,
makes
you
the
have to.
co-parenting difficult
Mhm.
because I want to talk to you, but I can tell that you're not listening to me.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can
You don't
tell
know how to talk
because
back to me.
because
Yeah.
I know you. I've dealt with you
Right.
before.
Yeah.
We have
I
a
deal with
child.
you. Yeah. And I know for a fact I told you this and you didn't do it because, oh my God, look what I told you to do. Look what she doing. She doing exactly what I thought she would. It's like really
Yeah.
simple. Like sometimes it's just as simple. I just started working. So it's like when I go to work,
How are y'all handling co-parenting for holidays
Hmm.
and going to each
Oh.
other's families? Like, how do you choose whose family that you're
oh,
going
I'm even.
to?
Because like I said, I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. So holidays, I can give a flying fuck. I don't care. Me, I
that's
don't
easy
give a
for-
fuck. Bye.
I don't.
It'll be here when you.
I don't care
Christmas
either.
will be here,
but my
like-
family cares, and like they're like, I want her first Christmas. I want this. I want that,
Yeah.
and it's just like.
Oh, I had to tell. I just tell.
And we're so spread out. Like,
Yeah, that's- and that
it's
rolls
like
into
I
it, too.
can't. And what are y'all doing to help? Can we all
So-
come to us?
I feel bad for saying this, but I feel like the maternal side should get like my mom, since it's me, I had this baby.
Yeah.
Like my mom's side should get first. But
Did.
it's not fair. That's totally not
Yeah.
fair. But
Yeah.
I don't know. why I
But
feel
you
that.
feel
don't-
no, but we feel it, and like
Yeah.
that's what
No, I feel it.
that's what I
just-
want to represent on the show. Like for me, being a mother, I had to come to terms with a lot of stuff that I felt was seen as bad thoughts of
Mhm.
being a mom. Like
Right.
I didn't really connect with my pregnancy, so I felt bad about that. But then I watched this Kristen Bell segment on YouTube called Momsplaining, and yeah, I love it too. And like she was talking to another mom, and she was like, you know, the way I saw it is this is another human, and just how I have to introduce myself to this human, and this human has to introduce themselves to me, and then we have to learn each other and
Mhm.
grow
Yeah.
with each other. That was like that just really helped me. It's like, yeah, I don't know who this kid is. Yeah, it's my kid, but I don't know her.
And it's
and I gotta
funny
get to know her.
and it's funny, a lot of people, like a lot of women not gonna like that I say that, but it's like I have a lot of homeboys. And let me tell you, like, it goes into what's normal for a mom, what's normal for a guy. Because I've had that same conversation with one of my guy friends. And it's not like the piece of shit like you would think, like, that's not my kid. He's just like, nah, I know that's my kid, but it's just like, I don't know that little nigga. Like, and he don't know me. So
But
it's
that's
gonna be a point
real.
where, and it's like, it's weird because it's like dads have that leeway where they can be like, well, I don't know what to do, or I don't, and it's like,
We're supposed to know.
yeah, and it's
We're
like, you
supposed to
shouldn't
feel-
feel guilty because you don't know the little
Yeah.
kid. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty just because it came out of you. Don't mean like you have to have the same thing. So it's like, I think people need to normalize stuff like that. Like the same way I think we need to start normalizing, like, not we, but like, I just think as a whole, the Black community, Black women, we like should normalize building up the fathers that actually take care of their kid, or actually taking accountability for the times when Black women be like, come on now, sis, you on that bullshit. He just called you to come to get the little kid, and you just said you was tired. Like, you just don't want to give it to him because he said some fucked up shit. Like, let that go. You tired. The baby wants to see his daddy.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
agree.
separate.
I don't like. I had to explain that to my niece because she had her child 6 months before I had my daughter. And funny thing about names, she named her daughter the name I've always wanted to name my daughter, but she had her child 6 months before me. I was pissed when I was in the delivery room with her. I was like sitting there pissed watching her write the names down. I had to leave the second she had the baby because I was pregnant. So it's just like I was super emotional while pregnant.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting there like, I'm literally hating my niece and hating my great niece right now over a fucking name. And I already have a name that I love to give my daughter.
Yeah.
What am I pissed about? But
No,
I was
funny because my friend's
Yeah.
naming her daughter Alani, and I'm just like I'm happy for her. Like, I'm happy, but like,
Yeah,
it's my
it's
baby
like,
name,
that's
bro.
my baby. But no, she and her child's father were super complicated. And she just kept like saying stuff like, because we all come from single mothers. So she was like, I don't want to be like that. I'm going to try to make it work. And then it flipped to, I don't want to make it work. I can't stand him. And I'm just keep Mila from. And it's like, no, you can't do that.
No.
You have to, I said, as long as he wants to be in that child's life,
Yeah.
you let him be in that child's life
Yeah.
as much, because there might be a point where you want him to be and he's not. And that's him. That's his doing.
Listen,
and when you have to
anytime
own up
I
to your
could catch
child,
a break, catch a weekend by myself,
Mhm.
catch what? You want her? Come get her. Come get
Yeah.
I'm
her.
about to say, she just
I'm
got
not-
rid of her for a month. And I was like, I can't even get rid of her for 2 days.
No,
How'd
I don't know how
you
you
get
do
a
that.
month?
I don't know how you do a month.
You
How
got
do
a
you
month?
get a- No, not
No,
no.
no,
My
no,
niece
you got it
got
all.
a month.
I was about to
She
say,
got a
No,
whole
no.
month,
That's a
but
long time.
but she's about to be 2. So
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I think what we do on holidays is like, he always, even when it was just us 2,
Mhm.
it was always with my family because my family's more traditional
yeah.
than his. So for the longest, like, he just still come over for the holidays with us. And I think last Christmas was the first Christmas where we did like half the day. Like, she was with me and then she went
And
to go be
see,
with
if
him.
I was like, we were all in the same vicinity like that, I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
just half a day. It
See,
doesn't,
yeah,
you know,
that's crazy
that's
'cause-
easier.
My baby daddy's family stays out of state, and it's
Ooh.
just like,
Yeah,
I've
mine stay
noticed
in
in
Florida.
this,
I can't go
have
to Florida.
push him to like, are we going to see your family for this?
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, co-parenting, you have to take care of 3 people. If one person isn't that cool or is having trouble, like, it affects everything.
You have to consider so
Yeah.
many people's emotions and his.
Yeah. Oh
emotions.
my
So-
Lord.
And me, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm extremely hands off when it comes to that kind of stuff.
All
So
right.
it's just like, you
Let's-
take her and y'all.
Let's
do
talk
what y'all
about
do.
parents and in-laws and their inputs and loving it, liking it, hating it. I know I hate it. My dad, he I was like, oh, like, we were sitting in the car for like 30 minutes trying to find an address. And while we were still sitting in front of the house, I was like, oh, let me tell Erin to bring the stroller out. So I don't know why you didn't think of that in the first place. And then I don't even see a baby bag in here. I don't see nothing. You don't got nothing for her. I was like, you want me to like throw it across the dashboard so you can see it at all times? Because I have everything in her baby bag back here with us.
Yeah.
What?
And even
Why
if
did you
you didn't,
assume
yeah, let
that
me
I
tell
didn't
you,
have
you
it?
saying that helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like
Mm-mm.
my daughter, she's not a toy person.
Mhm.
She throws it on the floor. So I stopped bringing toys because they're taking up space. She
Yeah.
don't do nothing with them.
Yeah.
He was like, why don't you got no toys for her? I live with her every day. This is my
this
baby.
is my child.
I
That's
know what she
That's what I'm
does.
saying. That's
and
all it
does not
takes.
like.
That's all it takes. I had one conversation. I had like it was like we went all
You
together.
just flashback, didn't you? I saw
Yeah,
it.
I
Like,
had I've had see when it comes to his side of the family, like I said, I'm an asshole. I'm gonna just go ahead and own my shit. I'm gonna make sure I say it publicly so it's known. I'm an asshole. So I already know if it's something I'm gonna say, let me tell you, your family, you talk to them. I'm a very firm believer of that because it's I'm sensitive about my family, and I know that anybody would be sensitive about theirs. So I've always been that person. Don't talk about, because if you say something against my family, it's just like you talking about my mama.
don't go below the belt.
So you talking about my mama basically. No, it doesn't even matter what it is. If my mama said the sky is orange and you telling me no, the sky's blue, don't talk about my mama. Period. That's the end of it. I don't care what it is. She could be wrong if she want to
the
be.
ride or die. You need.
Yeah,
on your
no, it's
team.
me that's how I just feel. I talk to my family. So we went on a family vacation and it's just everybody nitpicking this, that, and the third. So I was like, hey, guess what though? Just real talk. I just want to tell y'all, like, first of all, still out here, I had no weed neither. So I was really on edge. So I was like, hey, real talk, this is my baby, not y'all's. Said, just let everybody know, like, you know, I'm kind of a fucked up individual. So it makes me think I'm going to listen to any of y'all. Y'all raised me. And they was like, I said, no, I'm just being real. I was like, y'all don't live where I live. Y'all don't come take care of her. Y'all don't know what it takes or the things that I deal with.
Yeah.
I was like, so therefore, y'all can't tell me what to do. I said, but excuse me, no disrespect, but I'm going to need y'all to, like, don't tell me nothing or I won't talk to you at all.
Yeah. No,
It's
it gets
that
to that
simple.
point, like when you have to think about your day to day and everything that goes into
Yeah.
taking care of your
Yeah.
child, and then they come in with like this asinine, why didn't you think of this
Yeah.
suggestion?
I
It's
don't
like,
care.
do
At
you
the end
think
of the day,
I'm
that's
stupid?
my baby. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Just like her dad gets upset when we walk around the store. Like, I'm gonna be real. Alani be tripping. She be having tantrums and stuff.
Oh, I
But
ignore
guess
the
what?
tantrums.
It's just like what I tell people when I'm walking around the store and you looking at me crazy. Hey, so you want me to smack my kid so you can call the police on me? All right, then. So she gonna walk around the store. She's voicing her opinion. She's voicing she's upset. And there's
Agreed.
nothing wrong with that. I'm her
nothing
parent.
wrong.
If
She's
it's
a
bothering
child.
you, go on the next aisle.
As long
Or
as
leave.
she ain't throwing
Or put-
stuff off the shelves.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
screams.
Like,
She's
if
just loud.
And he
Yeah.
gets upset. He's like, everybody looking at me crazy. And it's just like, guess what? And
I
that's
had to
where
get
the
over
mom
that.
thing comes in.
Right.
Yeah, that's where the mom thing comes in. And I say this, like, he'll just be in the store, say something to me, and I'll snap at him. And anybody on the island be like, and if anybody got a problem, we can handle it. I don't care. She's
Yeah.
my kid.
Yeah.
She's a kid. That's the problem. That's what people don't understand.
Right.
It's a kid.
It's
What
a
do you want me to
child.
do? Do
Yeah.
you want her to walk around like a robot and shut the fuck up? No, she's a kid. She's gonna scream.
Especially
She's
when
gonna
they
yell.
can't articulate what they're feeling and
Yeah.
what's going on inside their body.
That's what I think about that all the time. Like, do you know how frustrating it must be
Well,
to speak
it's
to and not
because-
know what no one's
It's because
saying?
we're parents. And even like my mom, when I say certain stuff to her, she's how old am I? 27 years out the game. So she's not really thinking about stuff like that. Like, it's not until you have that young one that you're really thinking like, damn, you don't know how to hold a fork. Like, you got to be
Yeah.
like super patient over simple
very- a
stuff
lot
you
of
find
patience.
simple.
And I get what you
and
call
it's
with
just
Alani
like,
because of
what's
her
going on?
because of her nerve damage. It
Mhm.
affected her brain, it affects her motor skills, it affects all that. So it's always from my families, well, you need to put her here, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I just be like, hey, you're putting a lot of that's what it is. Don't put mental stress on me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't
Yeah,
put
it is
mental and
stress.
emotional
It is
stress
stress.
on me.
So my husband and I, we went to visit his parents, and so me and his sister went out to go eat, and I left Charlie with Will and with his mom, and when I got home, he was like, "Oh yeah, we put rice in her milk."
For the first time without telling you?
Oh no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
And her breast milk?
and I had already to hold her over, and I had already mentioned to him multiple times, yeah, I'm not ready to do that, like, let's wait, let's ask the pediatrician, because she's already warned us about doing it.
Yeah.
She said no,
Yeah.
not yet, so let's ask him one more time.
It's so hard on their bellies. They don't know how to process
Exactly,
that.
and,
Yeah.
and it's hard for them to poop it out.
Yeah.
Like, when I came home and he said that, I was like furious
Yeah,
because
as you should.
I love his mom, but I kind of felt like, when your mom tells you something,
Yeah.
like, a lot of times it's like, oh yeah, Mom, you right, you got me,
Mhm.
like, you know.
Yeah.
And I felt like, why didn't y'all call me and say,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
we're thinking about doing this, what do you think?
Yeah, because
That's your mother, but
Yeah.
I'm Charlie's
yeah,
mother.
they get so
Yeah.
excited, and
Yeah.
that's where the whole like the man mom like
Yeah.
the whole in-law dynamic
yeah.
comes into play because sometimes it feels like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to be shady, but honestly, like, let's just be real. Sometimes the moms, the grandmas, like, y'all be trying to get a little ahead of yourselves and try to battle like it's a thing, like we're battle of the moms, and it's not battle of the moms. That's my baby.
That's why the man has to. It says in the Bible, it says that the man has to leave his father and mother and join to his wife.
Right.
So I'm
Absolutely.
so glad that I don't have those problems a lot with my husband, but I know that I'm top priority. Like if it comes to his mom and me, he's gonna choose me.
Yeah.
Like period. But that was one of those situations I was like, what are y'all doing?
Right.
We all been there before, because
Right.
it's been like, I've been through that before. Like, well, my mom said this, and I just be like, yo, just like the same thing I told my grandmother, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't care. What I say is what and that's the thing. I get a lot of slack for that just as a person, but at the same, I don't care. What I say is what I say. It's my kid. It's what I want to do. So y'all go ahead and do what you want to. But if I find out about it, y'all not gonna make me shut up, because I'm gonna make sure I'm heard.
First of all, you won't find out about it because children talk.
They do.
It's just like,
I know, bro, and that's a gift and a curse. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a gift and a curse, because you know how I get down
that actually
sometimes.
goes
I don't
into
got time for my
what
baby snitching
another
on me.
segment I wanted to talk about, because I was just thinking about this the other day. There's something I do wish I did better of, and that's getting rid of certain habits while I was pregnant so that they were already gone. So simple stuff like sitting on the table or closing a door with my feet, because now I see Amara closing stuff with her feet, and I want to be like, don't. Damn it, I just did it. Like, so it's just like, I really wish I got rid of those little, and I'm surprised I didn't, because when I was a teacher, those are things that I had to think about.
Yeah.
So, but I do them at home. And I guess it's because, like, I'm at home. I can do whatever I want. But I definitely wish I thought of those little habits.
You learn about yourself when you have a kid, because
my daughter's an alcoholic. I swear to God, she's an alcoholic. She knows how to pick up wine glasses without spilling a drop. And like, you just got to make sure you catch her in time.
Oh
she is a little
that's
alcoholic.
why I'm
and
so
like,
proud
what
my baby
is
doesn't.
going on?
My daughter doesn't touch a lighter. She won't touch an ashtray. She won't touch nothing.
She wants the lighter in
and
her
I
mouth.
love it, because I'd be like, that's what I'm talking
She
about.
wants
Don't
to
touch
lick
my
the
stuff.
condensation off a beer bottle.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, who are
You
I
learn
mean,
about
you're-
yourself
you're
as a
me,
mom. Like,
but
not
why are
even
you me
as
at
a
one?
woman. That's what it is. I think
It's
as
like,
a
what the
mom,
hell?
you learn about yourself as a woman, and there's stuff that you have to check. Like with me, y'all been sitting here. You've been sitting here with me. I'm a potty mouth. I cuss. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
That's my shit. That's what I do. I cuss. I don't give a
definitely
fuck.
curse
That's what I
on
do.
Amara. I think she
See,
says shit now.
I think and that's the thing. So I'm pretty sure Alani says fuck, or she's trying to say fuck, and it'd be funny because she said something the other day that I think is fuck, and I was like, hey, right? Yeah, you right. Fuck, that's some bullshit. That's crazy.
Wait, so are you okay with her cussing in public?
That
to, like,
all right?
family
So there we go. That is where
'cause
my
if she
topic
cusses with you,
lies.
she's gonna cuss in public.
Yeah, that's where my topic lies. So, oh no, for a fact she says nigga. For a fact she says that.
Oh,
But that's
no.
because
Oh my
I
God.
say it so much.
Yeah.
But I don't always say, like, it's always this. I'd be like, nigga, dang, man.
But do you have like the eye to eye, sit down, get to your level?
That's
talk
what
where
we're
you're
gonna
like,
do. I mean, we do it all the time, but it really don't work because you see how I am.
you
But a
can't
lot of
tell her
times
something that
people,
you're doing.
yeah, so
Yeah.
people like, all right, her dad gets upset because you can't. Why she can't say that kind of stuff? I was like, hey, I got a question though. Why? Why can't she? Why can't she say? Like, I go off. It's fun. Look, I do it for the sake of an argument. When I be like, why can't she say nigga though? Let me know, cause she gonna go to school and say it. I said, and it's not my responsibility to teach kids of another race not to say that word. She black, she can say it if she want to, because I'm black, I can say it if I want to. Now, yes, I all know what you guys are all about to say. It's not something good, but the point is this. I'm talking about further on. Now, cussing, all right, you know what? I feel you. I just think nigga falls into cussing. There are appropriate times to say it. There are appropriate times to cuss. You don't cuss at your elders. You don't cuss around your elders. And that's it. You don't cuss at them or around. Yeah, you don't cuss at them or around them. Same age, fair play. But like I said, that's something about me that I have to now like.
So
all right,
look,
Anae,
so-
check yourself or.
So I realized something about cussing. So if you like, let's say for a podcast like this and you cuss, you automatically eliminate a certain people. You eliminate kids. You eliminate maybe religious people or people that don't agree with it. But if you don't cuss, then you have full reign over all types of demographics.
Yeah, that's where I said I have to
that's-
check myself to be like, just because me per se, I don't give a fuck. Doesn't mean I need to raise somebody else.
Yeah,
Not to, because that to me, that's taking her choice away.
Mhm.
Because it's like, just like it's a choice. As an adult, it's my choice to be like, I don't care who's around. Because I've been in that situation before. I've gotten a full life argument with somebody who's like, well, you're cussing. And I'm just like, I spin it this way. Why are you in my fucking conversation? Oh, okay, exactly. Mind your business. But that's an adult. So I have to that's like learning me as a woman.
I used to cuss in high school. I was a cusser. I was looking at some of my Facebook posts. I'm like, why did I say that? That didn't even make sense. I was just cussing just to cuss. It didn't even sound or look right. And, in college, I cussed. But then, when I started dating seriously and then got married, we both check each other, because there'll be times where, something might slide out when I'm driving, but I've gotten to a point now where I want to eliminate it because it's not edifying. For me, and I'm saying for me personally, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't make me sound like I'm building anybody up. Doesn't make me sound like I'm trying to lift my daughter up if I cuss in front of her. So that's a habit that I had to kick from even before pregnancy, because it's not easy. It's not easy to kick that. You can't just say, I'm not going to cuss anymore. And then that's how she got.
Because I don't even realize I'm cursing until I'm like 12 fucks in, and then I'm like, damn.
See, and that's the thing. Sometimes, honestly, now, all right, I'm cussing. That's because, that's just that's that.
It's just.
But I know when to check it. I know, if I'm at work. Oh no! If I know when to do it, and like I said, so now it's just one of the things. Do I gotta choose to stop doing it, or I could? Because my mom, that's the other thing. I don't curse. My mom cussed.
Well,
my
mom
cussed. That's all the fuck she does is cuss.
So
I always knew not to cuss. That's the thing, and that's what I always say. Hey, I know not to cuss in front of my mom. I know when the time is appropriate. I don't have a problem with cussing. I don't have a problem with it because I was a journalism major. I really believe that you should be able to voice your opinion and say what you have to say. Now, I'm the kind of person that's like this. You can say what you want to say, but don't be upset when somebody else disagrees with you or says, hey, don't say that. But you better have a damn good response on why you're saying what you're saying. Because journalism, don't say nothing if there ain't no fact behind it. Yeah. Or don't say nothing if you don't have a well-formed reason of what you're saying.
But you can't cuss in journalism. They taught me, said you can't cuss, you can't have your own opinion, you have to report facts. It can't be based on how you feel. No feeling, no cussing, none of that.
Yeah, but goes into your field. Howard Stern he's still a journalist. He's still journalism. He's just a radio host.
Yeah, but that's when you get to that level and you have your own platform to speak on.
Yeah, but some people, we can all agree that Howard Stern has probably been that person
there's plenty of
his
journalists
entire
that
life. But that's the thing. I didn't graduate. I got kicked out. I don't have a problem with that shit, though, because I have the skills to do everything. I own my YouTube, all that stuff, my videos, my editing, all that is me. I do that myself. No one's going to care. That's the thing. I think now we're at a point in technology and just at a point in age where it's first tattoos was frowned upon. I'm covered. I have a lot of them now. And I own my own business. It's all about people. You pick the freedom to pick and choose how you want to raise your kid, who you want to do, what you want to do. That's what it is. And it's give and take, because that's what the world is. It's just you don't cuss, I cuss, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. That doesn't mean we can't cohabitate. Doesn't mean we have to have an issue.
And you can respect each other.
And that's what I want. And that's what and that's what I want to do for my kid. You have the choice. It's your life. It's sometimes it gets on my family's nerve because I really do just be hey, she don't want to eat, don't force her to eat. She don't want to sit down. I'm big on don't forcing someone to sit down. Don't switch
that. I want to kind of go into that. So, kids, your daughters, the grandparents, food. You kind of touched on that a little bit. How are we doing? Because I know, Erin's mother, she's a great cook, but she don't cook. And she don't cook because she didn't do to her youngest son that she did with Erin, where it's you better get in this kitchen after I finish and you wash these dishes. He'll go right back up and start playing video games. Oh, I wish. So she don't like cooking, so she'll go and buy food all the time and eat out. So then I'm well, if I have Amara staying, it is exhausting. But I'm if I have Amara staying with you, are you going to be feeding her McDonald's? Because I don't feed her McDonald's.
Yeah, and that's something that I battle with because, the way my life is set up and all the things that I have to do, I don't have my kid a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm just always on the go, DJing nightlife, where I might have a gig in the middle of the week. She's got school, so she can't stay with me. Mm-hmm. But my child is mine primarily.
Mhm.
But so when she's with other people, I'm like, damn, I don't know if I can complain when they're feeding my child. So there's that, but I also have my, like everybody knows London can't have hot dogs. London can't have McDonald's. London can't have Wendy's. London can't have fast food. And it's just like, if you know these things and you know that she's going to be staying with you, can you at least prepare to not give her that? Like,
well, what I said I would do is I would buy the groceries.
Yeah.
I would set it up so that, even if I have to meal prep, I would do that. Just feed her the fucking food.
right.
Like,
But
just
once
don't
they're
go
exposed,
behind my back.
like what makes it
Yeah.
hard is when they're exposed to it. And it's
Yeah.
like,
They don't
damn,
want-
now I feel like it's out of my control. Because I've
Yeah.
also had her dad give her things like trash cereal. Like, I don't eat trash cereal. I didn't eat that growing up.
Right.
And I didn't want her growing up thinking like, I don't want that to be normalized to her, like this
Right.
sugary ass cereal. Because people think like, oh, like people just talk about sugar. But really, that shit has a major effect
It's-
on you.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
horrible for you.
My daughter doesn't like, and that's why she
You
likes
said
what
she didn't eat her Halloween
she
candy,
doesn't
right?
eat. No, she doesn't eat candy.
Yeah.
She doesn't like chocolate. She doesn't like gummies. She doesn't
Yeah.
like. She doesn't. Well, no,
That's
she likes,
amazing.
She
That
likes
is amazing.
sour. She
Amara
likes
eats
gummy worms.
everything.
Yeah.
But
Lyndon
that's
does
it. Like
too.
she literally won't cake, cookies, nothing.
That's
She
so
won't
good.
eat Honey Nut Cheerios. It only has to be Cheerios.
Plain.
Oh
That's
my
She's
good.
always
That is
been like,
good.
yeah,
That is
that's
good.
what I know. I'm so
The sugar
happy.
affects
She's
everything.
always been
yeah.
like that.
It affects
So-
your mood, your energy.
Oh,
Yeah, she'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll
So,
tell you.
My grandma's in town. So I'm half Nigerian. My grandma is just this little woman. She weighs
Oh, the
104
food is
pounds.
probably amazing.
Yeah, the food is amazing, but she's plant based, so she doesn't
Oh, nice.
do
Oh, yeah.
fish, meat, nothing.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
Yeah, no dairy. So she came in town last night. We went to Whole Foods and bought hundreds of dollars worth of vegetables and vegan,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. And she was like, "You need to make sure that you feed your kids this from a young age, because if you try to give them vegetables at 2 years old,
yeah.
they don't want that."
Yeah, I got
And
friends that are like,
yeah.
don't. My friend
Aaron don't eat vegetables.
My friend
It's so
thinks
annoying.
salad is just lettuce. She thinks it's just lettuce.
water.
And I'd be like, girl, you are robbing yourself
That's
of
water and
tomatoes and,
leaf
onions
form.
and croutons
Yeah.
and dressing. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and I grew up like I was heavy as a kid. Like I was overweight, obese, and it was because my grandparents fed me. And I'm not going to blame it just on my grandparents.
Yeah.
It was my mom too. And then, when I actually had a say so, I still wanted the bad stuff that they gave me. So when I
Yeah.
went over to my grandparents' house, it was pizza, cake, cookies,
Mhm.
bread. That was my favorite thing. So I don't want
Yeah, I love
my
bread.
daughter to
That's why I
go-
try to control that now,
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
because I'm like, I didn't really drink juice growing up. I didn't really drink trash cereal. So as an adult, I don't want that stuff.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
funny because as like family wise, that's how like I water down her juice to like I don't in my like it's in my family it's unheard of
Yeah.
for until you can pour your own cup and stuff. Like we always water
Yeah.
down our stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
I'm glad I grew up with the family I did because I eat everything.
Well,
Like-
we associate food with like celebrations, social.
Yeah.
So like for our parents, a lot of times I feel like they give the kids like cookies and candy because like, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is
And
fun.
it's-
It's,
my
this is
daughter will
good.
just be no, that.
Oh, grandparents don't give a damn about your rules.
No.
Oh yeah, no,
They-
my
yeah,
mom.
they
My mom
don't
sent me
care.
a picture of her dipping a chicken nugget in some barbecue sauce, and I was like, and she was like, "Hey, she loves dipping sauce." I said, "I know. Do you know why? Because I don't give it to her. That's crazy,
Yeah,
right?
right.
She was like, she loves it though. I was like, yeah, that's great, and I hope she doesn't make
Yeah.
mess.
But the funny thing is, they wouldn't dare give you a piece of candy before
Yeah.
dinner when you were growing
Right,
up.
right.
no,
But-
I grew up with my
They say
grandparents.
parents,
So yeah, they do.
parents raise, grandparents spoil.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, everything. See, that my family's weird. Everything's literally about the same. Like, I mean, I see the difference in my mom, but I mostly grew up with my grandparents, so it's exactly the same. They do the same thing for all of us.
all right. So if you had to think of, and for me, this came about because when I was pregnant, I think the reason I didn't get postpartum depression was because I had so many moms in my DMs and like talking to me and like just checking on my welfare, which is why I was in your DMs so much, because I was just like,
Thank
I
you.
need to
Yeah.
like, I want to pay it forward and like make sure that like these moms are okay, because I really appreciate the moms who made sure
Yeah.
I was okay, because there was moments where I thought I was okay and then
Yeah.
like they say certain stuff and I'm like, that's normal. And like I
Yeah,
said, I
right.
I could not watch American Idol without crying. Like I couldn't watch anything. I
Yeah,
was
that's
crying all the
right.
time.
I cry during everything now.
So my question to y'all is like, new moms or like moms now, just like, is there something that like you wish you knew and that you're just like, I want to tell my old self like this, and I want my old self to know like it's okay about this specific thing?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you say that question one more
Okay.
time?
So tips to new or right now moms about like where's just something that was inside of you that you was just like, I really wish I knew this at that particular moment and I didn't stress about it. It didn't bother me as much as it did at that moment. Like I just wish I knew better.
Yeah.
So when I first had Charlie, I was in the house, you know, they say 6 weeks. I was going crazy. Like I was like really like, I can't wait 6 weeks. I need to go. And I wish I would have like not been so hard on myself, because finally me and my mom went and we ate outside at some place. And I would tell the next mom, yes, listen and take into consideration what the pediatrician says, but for your mental health, take your baby out.
Mm-hmm.
You can take your kid out. You don't have to have them sitting on the tables and touching everything. No, wash your hands and, you know, take precautions, but don't freak out and, you know, have cabin fever and go through depression in your house. Like, get out. That's what I would say.
I don't know. Like, I broke a lot of rules from the jump.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll admit, and everybody.
And she's fine.
And she's completely fine. A lot of people already know this story. I'm going to go ahead and say it on this podcast. I smoked weed my entire pregnancy.
Same.
Hey, I couldn't.
And-
And that's the crazy thing. I couldn't. The first like couple months, I was throwing.
Oh yeah, the
up.
first couple months I was like, I
throwing
felt
up
sick. Like
off
just
of
this,
that.
like her dad would spark up. I'm like, oh my God, get that out of here.
Yeah,
like
no,
it smells horrible.
I was like, I was kicking people out my house. I was like, yo, get the fuck out.
That's
But it got
probably
to a
your body
point.
protecting you, because the beginning
Right.
stages is
The beginning.
really,
Because
really
but it got to
I
a
couldn't
point.
drink water like during my there were
I
certain
couldn't drink
points I
water
couldn't
either.
drink anything.
Well, I started losing weight in my pregnancy.
Me too. I got
and
the smallest
and
I
she was
was.
losing weight. So that was when I was like, well, I gotta start back smoking because that's the only thing that makes me want to eat.
Yeah, the
so
only
that
time
was why.
I had morning sickness was the days I did not smoke.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
the only
It
time I
helped
had
me.
morning
Like
sickness.
it helped.
It
so,
helped me emotionally.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
heard a lot
wasn't
of
sick
people
after
say
that. I was terrible, bro. I was an
And-
evil person. I was going through a lot of like mental. Like I found out I was bipolar while I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So I was going like
I hear a lot of women say that's when they found out.
See,
because
pregnancy just brings stuff on.
Yeah, it
because
does.
I had I grew up like I had depression when I was growing up. I used to be a cutter. I had like a lot of stuff, and that's why I like my doctor. My doctor, she was like, "Do you have any type of depression or anything like that?" And I told her, and she put me in therapy. So when going to therapy, she was just like, something. She was like, "I'm not gonna lie to you." She was like, "You sound like you have bipolar rapid cycling, because it's days I'm up, days I'm down, and it's like at the like I am like evil." And she was just like, she's like, "When did you start smoking?" I was like, "I've been smoking since I was 14 and constantly smoking since I was like 16. Like ever since I was 16, I was smoking every day." So at that time I was 23. So that's a couple years, a good like almost like 10 years smoking.
Yeah.
So she was like, it's wonderful that she was like, that's probably the only thing that's helped you throughout a lot of this.
Thank
She was
God,
like-
because you would have went crazy, bitch.
and so they tried to I declined taking pills and everything, because
Yeah.
I've ever since I started smoking weed, I've done research on weed for a very long time. It's just believe it or not, being an activist for weed is actually a lot of money, like to join like normal and everything like that. But it's a lot of stuff. Like I've researched it for a long time, so I know a lot of. I've read like medical encyclopedias
I
on
watched
and everything
so
like
many
that.
videos because I just felt bad, but it was
Yeah.
just like
No, I had a
stopped,
friend
and
that
that's
was
what I was saying. My
one of my
morning
friends.
sickness
She
was
didn't find out she was
crazy.
pregnant until she was like 5 months pregnant,
Lord.
and she
Wow.
smoked every day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Every day.
I'm so glad you brought that up because now I want y'all to tell y'all stories about how y'all found out y'all was pregnant. Yeah, we got
Oh my
time.
gosh.
Because for me, okay, I've told every single guy that I've slept with that if I get pregnant, we're having a baby, because I go 2.5 months without having a period sometimes.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even know if I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I stood by that. Like I stood by that phrasing. That was my speech every fucking time. And then I got pregnant, and I was supposed to get my period. And my period, I always have, like, when I miss my period, I get these like symptoms, but they go away after like a day or two. It was a week of it. And I said, that's wrong.
Yeah.
I know my body. That's not right.
Man.
Yeah.
I think I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, are you
Oh my
serious?
gosh.
I got to my locker the next day and it was a pregnancy test in there. So during lunch, I peed on the stick, and I found out I was pregnant. I was just sitting there, like, I gotta go back to the kids. So like, I went back into my classroom, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm fucking pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
You know your body.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I was
how
like,
your
can
body
I
turned
go
on like a
back? And I
switch.
went to
That
my
was-
friend's classroom, and I was like, bitch, I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh my gosh. And so my dad just so happened to come into town that same weekend. I found out I was pregnant, and he was like, I didn't want to say nothing to him because this was really also his first time meeting Erin. So it was just like, I don't want your first time meeting Erin
Look
also
at
to
you,
be
young
like,
man.
and I'm pregnant. So I'm on the
love
phone
it.
with like
That's
a
hilarious.
friend, and like I'm whispering it, but like I'm staring at Erin because I'm behind him. So I'm like, yeah, so the test was positive. And like he ain't move or nothing, but he also didn't blink. So I was like, he heard me. I know he fucking heard me, but he didn't say nothing.
Oh my
So
God.
it was just like little stuff like,
So when did you tell him?
look, so I'll like put his cup right here, and I want him right here. It's just like he was just like being like a little asshole the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So I didn't say nothing, because I knew he knew, and I wanted him to tell me he knew.
Yeah.
So we go into bed, turn the lights off. He turned the TV off. I roll over. He goes, I heard you. I was like, really? Like, why couldn't we have this conversation in the light?
I heard you.
Like, you just, like,
I was in denial. I was in some. Well, I
no.
wasn't in
Oh, yeah, me
denial.
too.
It's just that. So I have really like when I was at A&T, I got really small. It's because I had acid reflux. Like I went from like 130 to 119, and I didn't know why. It was I wasn't taking care of myself. Honestly, it was first of all smoking cigarettes, baddest thing ever. And so I had the same exact symptoms. Like I was terrible. So I was like, yo, I gotta go back and see my the gastro doctor. And I was like, but I'm gonna have to go to the urgent care first because they're not gonna take me. Like specialists won't usually take you unless
You
like
get
you
referred.
have
Yeah.
well, not referred, but I would have had to have a good like a doctor's note or something like, nah, it's acting up again. I need help. Went into the urgent care. We went up there, and she was like, well, we got to give you a pregnancy test and everything like that. Well, no, at first, anytime someone tells me to pee in a cup, I always think it's about drugs. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead, give it a shot. Because if I took a drug I wasn't supposed to, I'm going to need help. Like, that's the one thing about taking drugs. You got to be responsible. I don't take super crazy drugs, but I'm just saying most people think, like, drugs. But so I'm sitting in there sick as hell. Like, yeah, they just finna give me this medicine. I'm finna go. I'm finna be all right. It's great. Nurse comes in there and she says, oh, congratulations. I said, for what? She was like, you're pregnant. I said, what? Like, what do you mean? She gave me the test. I said, oh, nah. Like, nah. She was like, what do you? I said, can we do this again? And she was like, I mean, we can get. I said, hey, give me a blood test in. Because this ain't it. This ain't it. And she was like, I was like, this ain't it. I was like, how far along am I? Like, is this really happening? She was like, yeah. I said, oh, wow, that's crazy. They put the little thing on me. I heard that. I was like, I ain't never heard nothing like that before, so I can't even, like, that might be gas or something. I was like, I need an ultrasound or something. They was like, we can't give you an ultrasound yet. And I was like, oh, that's great. So I got my blood test. Then, like, 3 weeks later, they called me back. She was like, yeah, you're pregnant.
Wow.
You're really pregnant. And I was like, and then from that day, I got sick. I wasn't sick until I went to the urgent
that
care.
was me too. It was like
I
it
was not
wasn't
sick
until
until I found
knew
out I was
that
pregnant.
it got worse, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's weird.
I was just
Because
pregnant.
I wasn't
been
throwing
pregnant.
up. That's not what made me go up there. I went up there because I
Right.
had
Listen,
really
a lot of
bad
things are
heartburn.
mental,
I
like,
felt
you
I was
know,
gonna
you put in your
die.
head.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, because when you have really bad acid reflux, no matter what you eat, it finds the acidity in it, and you like automatically throw it back up. That's why I can't take shots. Like I gotta drink mixed drinks because if I take a shot of alcohol, there's a good chance I'll throw it back
Just took
up.
a shot at that party we was at.
Yeah, I know.
How you
I was
found out
just
you was pregnant?
All right. So I was just like sleeping all the time, and like outside of being high, like I was just extra sleepy. And Brandon said that was how he knew. He was like, I knew because you just could never wake up.
Oh, and that was the other thing. I couldn't smoke.
Yeah.
I couldn't smoke, bro. I kept tapping out on the blunts, and I was like, yo, what the?
So,
Well, oh yeah.
so I could I just would sleep all the time, and then my boobs were just hurting. Like they were really sensitive. My nipples, like the shower water, it was like oh God, what is
Really?
this?
That's shit.
Yeah.
I live in the
And-
shower pregnant.
Oh my
I did
God.
too. I fainted. And I got in
Yeah.
trouble
So
for
we
that.
got a Family Dollar test. I'll never forget. It was like $1.
I got a
test.
Family
Oh
Dollar
my God. And took it, and I looked at him, and he started smiling, and I just broke down crying.
They always sit there smiling like it's
Yeah, he was sitting there
like,
giddy
nah,
as hell.
bro. My life is like it's
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
really sick. Like I'm terrible right now. I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
throw up
Aaron
Right.
already had a child, so he was just like,
again.
more money. And he was just
Yeah,
like
doing the math.
I was like, but it might be a girl. Then you have both. And he, okay, that's
Yeah.
exactly what made him feel better about it. He was like,
Yeah.
okay,
And
I'll
then
have
you go-
both.
yeah.
So-
And the funny thing is, when I called my mom, she knew that was what I was about to tell her.
My
She said, "I
parents were
knew
so
the moment
pissed.
you called me that was what you were about to tell me."
Oh my
No,
gosh.
my dad, he was like, because he was on, I don't know, it was like a conversation we were having. He was like, well, you ain't pregnant, are you? And I was like, you know I don't lie. I am. Like, because I was like, I'm not about to sit here and lie. Like, they're going to know. Like,
Yeah.
I am.
Right,
And then
yeah.
I called, and I was like, well, I guess I got to tell my mom. So then I
Yeah.
called her, and she said, she literally was like, this is the first time in my life I am not proud of you. I was just
Wow.
like,
Oh, my mom stopped talking to me, bro. She
Damn.
stopped talking to me.
Really?
but then she was like so for it. And I like, sometimes I get pissed because I'm like, you didn't even want her here.
Yeah.
I think it's just a part of a parent that's like, I wanted it to be different for you.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like, of course, they can't be like, oh yes, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
Like,
they just wanted it to be
Yeah.
Like,
different.
yeah.
Yeah. So like my
Yeah.
dad was livid. I waited like till I was 3 months to tell him.
Oh, I didn't tell my
And-
daddy till my baby was here because my daddy was in
Oh.
jail. So I was just like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, wrote him a letter, said, hey, I gotta tell you something. real
Yeah, my
quick."
dad was hurt, but my mom was fine, and I think she was only fine because she was with me. My freshman year, I was pregnant. Freshman year at A&T,
Yeah.
and I
remember.
decided not to have. Well, no, that was junior year when you remember.
when I saw you in the studio. With the
Yes,
belly, and I was like,
So that was
"Erin?"
junior year, but freshman year I was also pregnant and I had an
Okay.
abortion, and my mom was with me through that. This is
Oh,
with
wow.
my high school sweetheart, and my mom, like, she knew how much that abortion, how bad it affected me
Yeah.
emotionally, mentally, and like I was just a wreck when I had that. And I was like, if I ever get pregnant again, I'm never going through this. I'm going to have it. So when I told her, she was like, whatever you need, I'm here. Blah blah blah.
Wow.
And I told my dad the day before I left to go to Vegas because it was spring break. And I was like, I cannot go to Vegas with this on my mind. Like, I need to get this off my chest. And I told him, he was like, how the hell that happened?
You know how it happened. You know how it happened. You know, the same way I got here.
Yeah.
Remember? Well, you
You
hope
know?
do.
But the good thing is, like, him and Brandon, like, they're the best that they've ever been. Like,
That's so good.
he used to
That
hate
helps
him, like,
everything.
when we were in a relationship, he could not stand him. And then he became his son. Like, so even with us not together, like,
That's
that's,
so good.
like his
That's
son.
good.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
that's going to
so
happen with us.
Yeah, no,
How about you,
my
Jordynn?
daddy, my daddy had just had their conversation. Like, yeah, so that's. I was just
That
like,
nigga.
Relax. You just got out, man. Calm down.
All
So
right.
I just remember feeling very weird. I was like, I feel off. That was like all I could say.
You
I
just
feel
know.
off.
I think it's
I
beautiful
feel
that you
off.
found out on your birthday, though.
That
I
was-
know
like,
it
that was
is.
crazy.
When I read that, I was like, oh.
So this is what happened. I was making myself like a veggie burger. I was trying to eat healthy, and I was like, "This is disgusting." Ew. And I was like, "Well, I feel off. What's wrong with me?" And they were gonna celebrate me at this like little group we had. It's like a Bible study group. I was like, I don't want to go. I feel sick. He was like, we're gonna go and celebrate your birthday. I was like, fine. So we went, and they had a cake and everything for me. I ate, and I felt so much better. I was like, oh, maybe I just didn't want veggies.
Yeah.
But I still felt off.
You're
So when
right.
I was leaving, I told my friend, I was like, I'm gonna go take a pregnancy test. And she was like, all right, let me know. And I was like, okay. She never heard from me, so she knew. But so we went to Walmart. And, they have the glass case. They
Yeah.
opened it up, and there was a girl next to me getting Plan B, and I was getting pregnancy.
Oh,
So
God.
it was like wow,
That's a sign.
this is
Wow.
it was kinda like
Parallels.
it was like a parallel. Yeah, it was so weird. And I was like, this is weird. Went home, took the test. I was like, what the hell? Those were my words. I said, what the hell? What the hell? How did this happen? What the heck? So I got up and I was pacing the floor, and Will was recording me, and my husband recorded the whole thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was FaceTiming my best friend. Like, I feel bad because I kind of like, I didn't include Will in that moment. He was just recording me from the outside.
Yeah.
And he was smiling. And I'm like, why are you smiling? He's like, Jordynn, we're fine. You're having a baby. It's okay.
Aw.
That's
I
so
think
sweet.
because
That's so
like
reassuring.
Yeah.
That's so
it is.
sweet.
It is. He was so reassuring about it. But I think like you know, when you're having sex before you're married, and which we were actively trying not to have sex before marriage and trying, you know. But, you know, I remember like in college, you try so hard not to get pregnant. And then when you get pregnant, it's like you forget that it's okay. Especially like when you're married and everything's okay, you're in a good relationship, you forget because of the things that God tells us not to do. You wonder why. It's for a reason. It's not just to like hold
I don't
boundaries
even
on
think
us
it's that. I just think it's like it's not like because God told you not. It's because it's like because God wants you to have life. He wants you to continue everything on. I just think it's more so scary because you're like, oh wow, like my body actually works. Like this is it. Like this is actually what
there's
it
that
works.
element too, because I'm like, how did this happen? Like I've never been pregnant, and then bam, one day, like it's really like
it's the weirdest
All
thing.
I could think
I've
was
never
back
been pregnant
before. I was like when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. Like I thought before you guys were married, before you guys were even in a relationship, and I thought about when they were just into each other. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Like this is really weird? Manifested, because I remember when y'all were just like
just friends.
Just friends.
We were just friends. And I mean I didn't see it happening. Like I mean, it's just weird.
It was beautiful to witness, though.
No, I love y'all's relationship. I think y'all.
I saw y'all wedding and everything like that on social media. It's so precious.
And
it's like a little love story.
You make me want to be more religious. Like you have this unboxing video, and you were like, "I'm sorry that it's dark, but you know, cloud move. See the cloud move."
Oh yeah,
you guys
saw that? No, seriously.
Like,
so
I need to get into this religion.
Like, as far as religion, I kind of hate myself when I say I'm religious. I don't want to say that I'm religious, but I have a relationship with Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah. And like that's how we live. That's how Will and I live our life. It's based on Jesus, and we don't strive. It's not about doing to please God. It's about being a child of God. Like He wants us to be. We already are. We are His kids, and He just wants us to put all of our hope and our faith into Him. And when we do that, it makes us want to do what His word says to do. Like, don't have sex before marriage. Don't partake in this. Don't gossip. Don't slander. It all comes together. Yeah. So it is a good life. Jesus. I mean,
that's what, like, with my grandparents, it's like, it's even like, that's why, like, I love how I was raised. Because even though we're not the same, like, underneath the same denomination or same thing like that, I understand, like, that's how I was raised. My grandparents always worded it to me, like, it's not about being a good person so that God, because we don't believe, like, that God is like, now you do this, somebody does that. It's just you're God wants you to be a good person because it's good to be a good person because you feel better when you're a good person.
Yeah, it's there's blessing when we do what He says. There's definitely blessing and a covering, and when we don't, there's consequences. Yeah, you know, whether it comes from Him or whether it comes from other people.
Yeah, I don't think it's religion. It's like it's just what you believe. It's like it's spirit, because spirituality is everything is real. Like that's just what, like, faith. It's all real. It's what you feel. That's how you know, like, God is real.
You know what I'm trying to stop doing? Like, I'm always like, all right, God, reveal this to me. Show me this. Give me the answer for this today. If it's this, then I'm going to see a red blah, blah, blah. And He'll show me. Right. Yeah. I get real specific with the songs. It's like playing a game with God. Like, I love it. It's fun. Yeah. And He'll show me, and I'll be like,
no, that wasn't you.
But did you mean that?
No.
But did you show me another song? Okay, today.
Seriously. So my friend, she told me, and hopefully she doesn't hear this. If she does, oh well. She was telling me, she was like, I've been praying that if he's not for me, the guy she's dating, that God will remove him. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'll definitely stand in agreement with that. Well, she called me the other day and was like, he's moving to Oregon.
Wow.
I was like, girl, not only did God answer your prayer, He answered his prayer because he's getting this amazing job over there.
Yeah, that's good.
And not only did He remove him, He put him in another time zone. Like, don't be ignorant to God answering. Yeah. And that's not to say that it won't work out with them or whatever, but like, take heed when God answers your prayer.
I literally only want what is for me. Like, if it's not for me, remove it.
That meme that is like, God, give me a sign, big ass sign. God, give me another sign. All right. Well, we have to come to a close. I absolutely love doing this. I think I'm gonna do it again in May for Mother's Day.
Yes.
And we gotta get
on that. We gotta get on that that
oh,
mommy
trip. We'll talk about that because I've been trying to do something with her, and I might have to connect with you because you already trying to do mom stuff too.
Oh yeah,
we have to build some business. But my TAWKS people, I really, really, really hope that you enjoyed this podcast because I damn sure enjoyed being here,
Yeah, I
talking,
did
getting to
too.
know you ladies a little bit more. You definitely got what I was saying when I said that you were going to get different perspectives from different mothers about different things. There's just motherhood is not one size fits all. You have to tailor it to you, make it custom.
Yup.
And, you know, baby books, they help, you know, the websites, the apps, they help. But at the end of the day, learn your child, learn yourself as a parent, and just try your fucking
doing
best.
this is what do like that's what I would say to like other moms. That would be my advice. Just talk to like don't
Talk
be
to
afraid
other
to talk
moms.
to other
Yes.
people. Don't be because you never know like and you learn stuff like
Yeah.
I learned some stuff here today. I got some stuff I'm gonna go ahead take back, tweak, put it in a little thing, try some things out, you know? And that's the
all
point of
it
being.
is.
I just think that's what it is.
Build
I think
yourself
a lot of people are
a
afraid
community.
to talk. Yeah, talk, get to know people. Moms can I think all moms could get along off of just the simple
Being
fact
a
that we're
mom.
moms.
We're going
Yeah.
through the same thing.
Yeah.
We go
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
we gotta
like,
clean up
even-
some mess sometimes.
Even if you raise your children differently,
Yeah.
it's just like you can still talk about those frustrations because
Yeah.
we all
Yeah.
probably have the same
Yeah.
goddamn
Yeah,
frustrations.
absolutely.
like my
So,
profanity and my child.
profanity, kicking doors.
I'm
with
not
feet.
saying cuss at your kid either. I don't cuss at her like I'm saying. Like I just wanted to clear that I don't cuss at her. It's more like
I
we
curse at
funny,
Amara.
like Dave Chappelle and stuff.
I
Like
told Amara, I was like, you get on my damn nerves.
I do. And
But-
I know when it's not that.
no, I be doing it under my breath. I'd be like, go to bed. She'll be like, no. I'm like,
Side
fuck
note, I want to give you guys a funny story really quickly. London was singing. Well, my mom gave her and my niece a bath. I was coming to pick her up one night, so I love it when my mom will go ahead and give her a bath before we go home because all I gotta do is put her in the bed.
bath time is
So yeah, so she already had them in the bath. They come downstairs. They're all greased up. We have shea butter straight from Ghana. We bring it back every year. So they're all greased up. And so I'm like, oh, look at y'all, shea. But, I start singing the song. I was like,
Oh,
shea
man.
butter back. London goes, bucking up your pillows. I said, first of all, that's not the word. Second of all, you need to say messing up your pillow. I'm
Yeah.
glad she said bucking though.
Yeah.
But it blew my mind that she
Oh
even
my
Like, yeah, no,
God.
Yeah.
my mom
my
said that
baby
to
won't.
me too.
She won't
She
get
was
on
like,
nothing, man.
Because Amara's favorite song is Sativa by Janae Aiko.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, well, what if she like sings, no, I was playing a Drake song. She was like, well, what if she sings that to you? I said, well, shit, this is my fucking song. So I might just have to sing it with her.
My mom and then be mad because I've been saying like ever since I was pregnant, I was like, oh, if I'm having a boy, he gonna listen to Boosie straight up because I want him to come up
Erin
to me
said I twerk
and
so
say,
much.
"Mama, I ain't going outside. Like I'm ready
No,
for it,
I'm
and I'm
done.
ready to look
I'm
at him and be
fucking
like,
done with
son, you
you.
gonna break hearts because you too cute.
You
for
don't
this
need a
one,
son.
man."
You don't
London is
need a
on her
son.
Destiny's Child kick these
Right.
days.
My
No.
son is
Been teaching her about the early
Alani
2000s.
don't want to be on that. Not
Yeah.
even
She
Future.
loves it.
That's good.
Yeah.
No.
Destiny's
Erin
Child.
She
told-
likes to let it go.
Erin told me that if I twerked too much while I was pregnant and Amara was going to be a little twerk ratchet baby. And that's sure as hell what she is. She is so ratchet.
I want
don't
to
know
take mine
who
back. I
child
got
she
none of
is.
that. She don't twerk. She don't listen to none of the stuff I listen. She's like the total. She listen. She
Total
don't want to
opposite.
listen to nothing. That's crazy. She don't want to listen to nothing I listen to.
No.
What
Amara
she wants to
hood,
listen to
baby.
is Disney Junior and Frozen and all that
Oh,
good
no.
stuff. I love it though because hey,
Amara-
I don't know if y'all
she-
heard
she's
the
me.
Bebo Bryson A Whole New World. Like, go ahead and just go home and run that back. Run back all the old stuff we used to watch when we was little, and it's gonna knock. It slaps.
No,
It's
it
amazing.
does. All that
I
stuff is
cried.
good. That's why they're classics.
Yeah, I cry.
But anyway, thank you, ladies. I really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Thank you.
Is there anything that y'all want to like shameless plug real quick before we close this show out?
Shameless plug.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, even if you don't watch anime.
What's
Just
it called?
Stoner Girl Otaku. It's on my Instagram, which is at hi Anae. Hold on, wait.
UHH.
Yeah, high like I smoke weed and Anae, and it also stands for hi Anae, like hi.
You're
Hello.
a
That's
dog.
how I came up with it,
Hmm.
and I thought it was really a little
It's clever.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always able to find you, so it
I
works.
like it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Everybody
you
can always find me, except for the people that don't want to find me.
So you can book your girl, DJ Mickey Blends, at Mickey Blends or info@mickeyblends.com.
Do you do specific stuff or like
So-
anything?
So I honestly don't like to do children's events. I know that's weird with me being a mama. I don't like children's events. I don't like family functions or private events. I like doing lounge, in-store events, retail events. I like working with corporate brands. And clubs, lounges. I do a lot of brunch. Fannie Mae called me the queen of brunch, so I enjoy DJing brunch. And your girl actually just lost her day job. I was laid off last week,
It
so
happens.
those gigs got to come up. I
Okay.
got to get more gigs. So, it'd be nice if I could actually just DJ full time.
You do weddings?
Yeah.
I can make some adjustments. I've been trying to open
Weddings,
myself
that's
up
good.
more
Weddings,
to
that's good.
doing
Just
private
at
events like
least know
weddings.
the
Yeah.
couple's
Okay.
name, because I went to a wedding where like for 15 minutes the DJ kept saying the wrong name,
Oh no,
and it was
that's
like,
bad.
why
Yeah.
can't you?
See, my
get
only
it?
thing about that is like when you do weddings or children's
Got
events,
it.
like you have to have clean music and you have to have music for every age group in the room.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. And you have to like announce and know everybody's
And you have to
names
do a lot of
say, "Oh, it's time for
announcing.
this or that."
Yeah.
Okay, you can follow me at Jordynn Hala. It's JORDYNNHALLA. Holla at Jordynn. Holla, Hala, however you want to pronounce it.
Wordplay.
Yeah, just honestly, just go follow me there. I have a lot of cool things coming up, and you don't want to miss it.
I'm
You don't want to
excited
miss
for that.
anything that any of these ladies got going now. So please, 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 please check out all of their shit. Thank you, and thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.